Good morning. Happy Hump Day. This is Laurie Miller, founder of StressSolutionsUniversity.com, and welcome to today's 15-minute Stress Solutions call, giving you quick, effective tips that you can apply now to those everyday stress triggers that tend to spin us into those animal planet responses in life. So today's topic, again, as I often open these calls with, is definitely worth your attention. Work-life balance. I am just finishing up a program on Avanoo.com, AVANOO.com. It's my fifth program, a 30-day program, only takes 3 minutes a day with a video-audio tip, and it equips you with the rituals. And the belief has got to be there first, and community support. And the title of this program is Work-Life Balance. So I'm pulling from this particular program that I'm just finishing up and giving you a sneak preview of some tips. Not that anyone's unbalanced out there. So let's begin with this. Let's dismantle the balance understanding here in life, because many of us are actually teetering on falling over in many ways. And it's very interesting when you dismantle the definition of balance. According to Webster, you have a combination of the work-life balance. It's actually the definition is the ability to grow and to change. That's actually work. And balance is the equal distribution of weight so you don't fall over. I love that metaphor because many days we feel metaphorically that if one more thing comes in our radar or one more thing pops on our plate, that our mental steadiness or emotional stability will be shot, and our equilibrium will fall to the wayside and we'll fall over. I actually have a correction on that. The definition of life is the ability to grow and to change. And it's interesting, in my training for my second degree black belt in Taekwondo, we worked on expanding our inner balance on a daily basis with exercises that actually required us to hold a variety of different positions with our body while working through any resistance of our mind, like negative thoughts. I can't do this, I can't hold this, I'm done. How many times throughout your day have you experienced distractive thoughts like this? I can't do that. I'm overwhelmed. I'm steamrolled. I have too much. I'm fried. That's a good one. I'm completely fried. I've got too much on my plate, and I'm about to crash. In order to expand our ability to create a solid internal equilibrium, spirit, mind, emotions, and body, it's essential to remember a few things. The purpose for actually expanding our balance is simple: to be able to create the necessary internal environment to support our ability to execute our skill set quickly and effectively. Now, in Taekwondo, it was when I was in the ring, when I did the Colorado State Championship. It was essential that I had that spirit, mind, emotions, body balance in order to show up and remember the skill set and apply the skill set on the spot in the heat of the moment. Metaphorically speaking, we step into the ring of life every day and all too often focus all of our attention and energy on one area, whether that be professionally or personally, to the exclusion of other essential areas, rendering us extremely vulnerable to the burnout and fatigue. Refreshment walks hand in hand with a balanced life. Pause for a moment and simply breathe in deeply. Put your hands on your stomach, breathe in through your nose, and release. So my invitation to you, my first invitation to you today is simple. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes today and reflect on your life balance. In your day-to-day ring, what percentage of your time is aligned with what you value most? Ask yourself 3 questions and write down your answers. And I recently spoke about this at the Rocking Camp Experience Retreat on Saturday and Sunday. These are 3 questions you can ask yourself each morning with the intention to align yourself with who you've decided to be. Get clarity around who am I, Why am I here? And why will it matter? Who am I? Why am I here? And what will it matter? Definitiveness of purpose drives our time management in life. When you have that clarity of focus, I'm here to do A, B, and C today, it will drive how you manage your time throughout the day. This is a very essential question to ask yourself at the beginning of the day, to just flush away the distractions of the shiny objects so that you can get the most out of your time and energy. As you create more clarity around why you are here, along with why you do what you do, your core values begin to emerge to the front lines of the person you have decided to be, which fuel your priorities in life. Should I do this or should I do that? Decisions around your choice to commit to creating life balance are easy when your priorities around who you are, why you do what you do, and what is the bigger purpose of all of it in the midst of the craze of life. Remember the commercial where the woman is depicted as working an 8-hour day while taking care of the needs of her family, and at the same time, without so much as breaking a sweat, there's this catchy little song playing in the background. I can bring home the bacon right up in a pan and never, no, never forget who I am. This is a really popular video. I believe it was from the 80s, 70s or 80s. Now cut to the real scene from everyday life. A woman or a man gets up at 5 a.m., goes and stumbles into the shower, gets ready for work, wakes up the kids, helps them get ready for work, helps themselves get ready for work, but first usually it's the kids getting them going for school, makes breakfast, drives the kids to school, goes in, works all day long, picks up the kids from school or after school program, makes dinner, helps with homework, falls into bed exhausted only to wake up the next day to do the whole schedule over and over and over again. Not only does this man or woman forget who they are in the midst of the craziness of life, they can't even remember why they're doing what they do most days. They're living at the corner of burnout and overwhelm. This is a very familiar theme. Dear God, give me the grace to get through another day. This is when our equilibrium is off. I've faced many clients over the years that find themselves mucking around through a midlife crisis because of being stretched so thin they can barely see straight, let alone keeping their identity intact. According to Webster, the definition of energy, and this is one that I actually have posted by my computer, the definition of energy is your capacity for action. When your capacity for action is siphoned into one or two areas of life, there is not a lot left over for the other areas that perhaps align with your core values. You may say, I don't have any choice, or I have to work 2 jobs in order to pay the bills. These are very valid responses and pushbacks. Even though I don't spend quality time with my family, I'd want to spend more time with my family. I just don't have the time. There's no judgment here. This is simply an invitation today to observe your capacity for action and patch up any energy leaks that are taking place in your life. One of the biggest energy leaks in terms of our capacity for action occurs when we do not close the action loop of behavior, and then we move on to another task. Pause for a moment and think about this. When you do not close the action loop of any behavior in your life, and you're moving from one task to the next, this creates a bottleneck. We are not created to multitask. We are created to efficiently produce when we are acutely present to the task at hand. So this is my invitation to you. This is a second positive action step forward. And again, for those people that are members on Stress Solutions University, don't worry about writing all this down. You will get this recording dropped into the site during this week, and it'll be available to you next week. If you're not a member, check us out at stresssolutionsuniversity.com. Simply scroll down and jump on board. So my invitation is this. Be present to the task at hand. Be here now. I was just doing this morning myself. Remove distractions. Remove all distractions once you have committed to a task. Remove the texting dings, the pop-ups from emails, and finish your task before moving on to the next. Close your action loop. I've mentioned this several weeks ago, perhaps maybe a couple months ago now, on another 15-minute Stress Solutions call. It is essential to remember this. I was just writing this down for myself today on my to-do list. Remember to close the action loop. When you have too many open windows on your mental radar, you walk on the cusp of overwhelm and diminish productivity. I'll actually often say out loud, in my out loud voice, when I feel the urge to follow the shiny object, and I have some ADD going on, so I see a lot of shiny objects in my day. When I'm in the midst of a task, I'll say, Lauren, stop, be here now, close the loop. As you practice this technique, your ability to bring home the bacon and fry it up in the pan and still remember who you are will expand. Studies actually reveal, as I mentioned before, that multitasking, altering your energy and focus between tasks, actually creates a mental bottlenecking that results in decreased productivity and an increased margin of error. Your capacity for action will increase today as you practice closing your loops. This is a power. If you take one thing from this call, may it be I'm closing the loops today, and I'm carving, when I commit to a task, I'm going to be completely present to that task at hand and remove all of the distractions. Close the loop, remove the distractions, and align whatever task you are doing. Take a moment, ask yourself the question, how can I weave in two of my core values? And we talked about this on a previous 15-minute call, getting in touch with your core values, right? When you're in touch with 5 of your core values, when you pause and ask yourself, how can I bring in 2 of my core values to this task? Whatever it is. If it's a presentation, perhaps one of your core values is people before things. So if there's interruptions in your flow because of the people that are sitting before you and they have questions, to respond with kindness and love. So before you do any task, ask yourself, how can I weave 2 of my core values into this? This leads to a very peaceful night's sleep when it comes to an examination of consciousness. Are you showing up when you reflect on your day? Do your words, thoughts, deeds, and actions align with the person you have committed to being in this world? Who am I? Why am I here? And what will it matter? So enjoy practicing closing your loop today and use your words out loud. Words have very powerful energy. So when you call yourself out, Lauren, be here now, close the loop, whatever it is, whether it's folding the laundry, whether it's cleaning the floor, whether it's finishing up a program, commit to the time that you're going to work on the specific program. And then at the end of that, take time to refresh. This creates equilibrium inside. There are so many different little tips and techniques you can use to create that equilibrium so that you do create that work-life balance. So one of the lessons in my work-life program is your name Jack? Because all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. But when you practice and commit to that balance throughout your day of your time management, and you're aligning yourself with what you value most, then you're more apt to play and be present and to embrace the levity in life. So enjoy practicing today. You've got a few very powerful techniques to grab and go. Take one of them and practice it within the next 24 hours. Enjoy your gift of life. Again, explore my 4 programs that are out there already on avenoo.com, A, V as in Victor, A, N-O-O, avenoo.com. And if you want to go directly to my page, it's laurenmiller.avenoo.com. That'll take you directly to my 5 programs, or 4 programs. The 5th one is on its way. Not a member at Stress Solutions University? Come join us at StressSolutionsUniversity.com.